Hello, welcome. It is July and the garden behind me is growing really well. This is a brand new garden and I wanted to go give a garden tour, what I'm growing and what the future plans are for the garden. So if you don't know me, my name is Sarah. I have a gardening channel. I love to garden and share tips and tricks and just what's going on in the garden. So let's get started. We have 6 varieties of high bush blueberries here, and so these should be about 6 feet tall in a couple of years. Right now they do have quite a bit of blueberries on them, which is very exciting because I love blueberries and these are already having like quite a bit of fruit, so they should be probably actually ripe later this month, early August. That's generally when they're ripe around this area. And yeah, in a couple years, they should be this huge hedge, so that should be great. In the front here, we have all of our herbs and a couple of grapes actually. So if you see, we have 4 different grape stems, and these are gonna vine up on this trellis here, which is kind of bare right now, but these are new plants. And again, in a couple of years, this whole thing should be filled with grapes. We have our different styles of basil. So I've got Thai basil. I really like Thai food and cooking with Thai basil. It's hard to find in the grocery store, so it is one of the actual basils I like to grow. I'm gonna pick the flowers off of it right now though because I don't want it flowering. It's been a really hot week and basil just loves to flower when the heat comes. So I'm just gonna start picking those off while we're doing this. Oh, it smells so good. We have the lemongrass. Love lemongrass. This should grow really big by the end of the summer and end up just using it in soups, and sometimes we dry it and use it a little bit longer for the season as well. Then we've got some oregano and some sage. Oh, that smells really good too. And parsley, rosemary, and then over here, this is my favorite addition. Now, this is not a vegetable. It is an Eden climbing rose, and it's supposed to go over the entire arch. So we have 2 of those. I'm very excited for when it starts to flower. We were close to flower about a month ago, and then a deer ate the whole plant. So that was a little upsetting and somewhat annoying, but we've found a way to kind of keep the deer out for now. We have some buds and this should start blooming pretty soon. I'm very excited, and that's just gonna be a permanent addition to the garden. Again, more rosemary, another grapevine, and then we have more sage and rosemary and oregano and all the sorts over here. This side of the garden's not as growthful as the other. Okay, so this garden is, again, it's a new garden, so throughout the years we're gonna be adding some more stuff here, maybe changing the way that the rows are, but for the first year we went with 3 rows and 3 rows. We don't have the 3rd bed on the left side finished here yet, but we have all of the favorite vegetables. And the thing that I've learned over the years is to grow what you like to eat, because if you grow it well, you're gonna get a lot of it, and it's like, doesn't make sense to grow something you don't really like anyway. So we've got tons of eggplant, probably about 30 plants here, and they're a series of different varieties. We have some of the globe types, some of the Italian, and some of the longer ones. So excited to show you those when we start to harvest them. Then over here we have our pepper row. It's an entire row of peppers, and the reason for that is I love peppers. And so we have hot peppers, sweet peppers, shepherd peppers, and a couple of other peppers actually at the end of that row too. The peppers at first, when we planted them, they didn't do so well because we had a couple of cold nights, and now they are loving life. It is hot, like it is 30 degrees Celsius right now. So peppers love heat. And then we have our tomato row. So if you've seen my pruning and trellising tomato plant video, that is this row right here. We have about 100 tomato plants, It's gonna be a lot of tomatoes. The tomatoes are going to be insane in August. I was reading somewhere actually that when you trellis a tomato plant, it'll give you like 20 to 40 pounds per plant. And so if you do the math on my 100 plants right here, if all goes well, I'm gonna have a lot of pounds of tomatoes. So my neighbors might be very happy or upset with me. One tip about tomatoes: don't plant too many of the small variety, because as we know, they grow so many of them. You probably only need one plant in your garden. And we only have one or two. We've got the chocolate cherries, love those. And we have Sundrop, just two favorite cherry tomato styles, and basically the rest are beefsteak of some sort or mid-sized tomatoes. All right, let's go to the back over here now. So most of these plants behind me, we started indoors in January and then planted them. These we planted directly, and they're zucchinis. And I'm excited because they are really growing a lot. I think like last week they were only just 2 little leaves. Now they are huge. Next week they're gonna be even bigger. We're gonna have a lot of zucchinis to harvest from those. And we have a mixture of yellow and black. Oops, they're not black. They're called Black Beauty zucchinis actually. So we've got our Black Beauty zucchinis and our yellow zucchinis. And again, 2 favorite varieties. They should be really good. If you come over here, we have watermelon. I'm excited because watermelon actually, I haven't had very much luck growing watermelon, but I do like watermelon. And so with only about 6 plants to deal with here, we can really micromanage the vines and make a good fruit this year, hopefully. Then we have beans. This whole row right here is our green French beans. And for a specific variety, they are the Blue Lake pole. They're not pole, they're bush. These are the Blue Lake bush beans. I've grown bush and pole beans before, but the bush beans I like better actually. Love carrots, very excited for them. They are small right now, but again, they're gonna grow quite a bit in the next month. And I don't know what we have at the front there. I don't think we have anything there. And then on the far row over here, we have our mixed greens. So it's like arugula and a bunch of different greens and stuff, which should be ready very soon. I mean, if you really wanted to, we could harvest some of those little leaves. And then we have our 4 kale plants in the back. And then we've got cucumber. The cucumber they're growing kind of slow, and I don't know. I don't have much to say about the cucumbers, but we only planted about 10 of them, and if they grow, that's great. If they don't, oh well. They would likely be used for fresh pickles. That's what I love using cucumbers for, and just snacking on. At the back of the garden, we have the mystery seed bed, and you'll have to follow along to see what we have growing there when it pops up. At the end of each of these beds, we weren't really sure what to do, so we planted a bunch of dill here, and then we planted cilantro over by the peppers and the tomatillos. The dill actually does help with some beneficial bugs, but we also like to eat the dill. So we're waiting for that to grow, and so far this garden has been mostly pest-free, not a whole lot of issues. It's not very late in the season yet though, so you know, anything can happen. I'm gonna take you over here to our small orchard. All right, so we have a variety of fruit trees here. We've got a Flemish Beauty pear. We have some peaches, and then I believe this was an ambrosia apple. Oh no, this is a Japanese plum tree actually. Then we have the apple and 2 fig trees at the back. And one thing you'll notice about these is that they're kind of small and the leaves haven't really grown in that much. And that's for two reasons. One is because they're very new and small in the first place, and so they're just growing. The other is because the deer ate the leaves. Again, he ate my roses, now he's eating my trees, and he's been a little bit of a annoyance in the yard. So he's not been enough of a problem to create a fence around each of these, but we'll see as the season goes on. If these can't get ahead of the deer's eating, then we're gonna have to, put up some more protective measures around them. Thank you for watching. It's been my garden tour for July. There's gonna be a lot more content coming up because, as you can tell, everything is growing. And so I've got plenty of things to show you. Like and subscribe and come back for the next video. Thanks.